Stabbing with blood splatter. For this effect, I stood on an orange whilst wearing steel-toe cap boots. The sound of my boot hitting the floor is very similar to that of a fist hitting into somebody as the knife is punctured into them. This is obviously an effect that cannot be recreated on a human because it would be illegal, and so the only other clear alternative would be to stab it into a hunk of meat. The way I have created it is not a traditional format, but also sounds similar, where the juice in the orange splatters out onto the pavement and then dribbles down towards the grass. Rain. For this sound effect, I rattled a cracker packet. To create this sound effect, I rubbed my hands around the outside of the cracker packet that we had purchased to make some rattling noises that sounded slightly like rain. The reason they sounded like rain is because of how rain lands onto a hard surface. Whilst this effect could be created with dropping water onto a hard surface, I felt that this effect was much easier to create and was a little bit more atmospheric, and you didn't end up with the splashback and the risk to the equipment, as well as a risk of the water sounding different. The rattle is a lot easier to control and can be extended and reduced to meet the time restraints necessary of the project. Mud squelching. For this sound effect, I squished an orange in my hands. Whereas mud seems like it would be easy to replicate by just adding water to dirt, it is a lot easier to use an orange. I was able to recreate the suction that would be felt on a foot stuck in the mud or moving around in the mud that created a very similar sound to that of somebody walking through or getting stuck in mud. The squelching made by the orange sounds a lot like somebody's shoe almost being sucked off into the mud, and it is an easier way and much more controlled element of creating a sound that may not have been picked up for productions that might have somebody walking far away from the camera.